your Angular is from Google. Okay. So this is one of the popular framework to develop to, to develop the user interface basically. Okay. So earlier, if people wants to develop any user interface, right? They used to write everything in the same code base. I mean the CSS. Okay. Just a second. Hello. Sorry. So Angular is a widely used UI framework. So earlier Angular, there are various frameworks are available. Prior to Angular, people used to, I mean, suppose example, if you want to develop any user interface, right? Even your user interface also, I can segregate the user interfaces into three components. Okay. So one is your HTML. Okay. And the second one is your JavaScript. And the third one is CSS. These three components together working to make a website or a user experience very intuitive. Okay. So these three has to go hand in hand. HTML is primarily which is providing a rich set of I mean controls, like example buttons, radio button, drop downs. So all these are HTML controls. Okay. So your JavaScript is acting like a programming language. Okay. Whenever a user is perform any action on your HTML page, what should be happen? I mean, your JavaScript is providing the behavior to your HTML page. Okay. So HTML is providing a set of controls. Like this guy will provides controls like forms, buttons, inputs, drop down, etc. All these are components of your HTML. Okay. When it comes to your JavaScript, which is providing the behavior, behavior to the HTML controls. Like example, what should happen when I click on a particular button, right? So how I'm going to get the data and how do I display in a table, or how do I display in a drop down, things like that, which is completely controlled by your JavaScript. Okay. And then the third one is your CSS. So basically CSS stands for cascading style sheets. So this is basically more of cosmetic. Okay. Cosmetics in the sense, this is going to give you a more makeup kind of thing. I mean, how you are going to beautify your HTML page. Okay. For example, if you have a regular button, but I would like to make more special that button. Like example, I would like to give the edges are round, circular edges with a different color, right? Things like that basically. And I would like to create a table. You just to take a regular table which is provided by HTML, but if you add CSS to it, it will looks in a different way altogether appearance.
Okay.
Right? So CSS is like adding a makeup to a regular person, nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
Right? Your HTML, I mean, suppose example, whatever the website that you are looking at, right? Suppose example, Amazon. If you look at this website, right? So everything is, see, the icons, images, the color, font, everything is internally using a concept called CSS. See, this particular box is provided by your HTML.
Yeah.
Okay. Correct? The search button is provided by your HTML. If you closely observe, right click and inspect this element. This element is a typically an input type text.
Okay.
Okay, let me change it to offline. Why I'm using this guy? Responsive. Okay. So see, this is basically an input type text, and if you look at this is a div. That div is also provided by HTML only.
Okay.
Okay, this is completely an HTML, but it is adding, and with the help of CSS, you are adding more beautifications to your existing components. Like example, by adding some sort of styles, you are going to change the behavior. These are the styles, basically. Okay, how the font
Okay.
look like, the size of the font, and everything is taken care by your board CSS. And once you click on this particular save button, right, what should happen basically? So that is defined by your JavaScript.
Okay.
Okay, so that is what basically a UI components. Like example, in a UI, you have HTML, you have JavaScript, and you have CSS. So
UI means
JavaScript is,
user interface, correct?
yes, correct.
Okay.
So your JavaScript is a pure play functional programming. Earlier it is a functional programming like C and C++. So your JavaScript is a functional programming language. Everything you have to write inside a function. All right.
Yeah.
And JavaScript writing is very, very tedious, and this allows a global variables and global functions concept. So if you're going with a regular JavaScript, you are losing the control at some point of time. If it is a large scale, big application, then definitely it is very, very hard to manage that code with the
Okay.
JavaScript world. Okay, fine. So that is the reason people are somehow they, and again, see, if you are using the plain JavaScript, right, it is again hard to implement, hard to implement the Ajax calls. Right, as I said, your part of the page refresh is not directly possible with the help of JavaScript.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to use this Ajax concept. But again, people are feeling very tedious process with regular JavaScript. So that is the reason people are come up with some sort of libraries. Okay. So
Okay.
how on top of core Java, how they built servlets on top of that JSP, and how they built a framework, right? Like Spring, Struts, these things. Similarly, on top of your regular JavaScript, they came up with couple of libraries which will make your UI development is much more easy.
Okay.
So those libraries examples are the first library which is existing in the market is jQuery. jQuery is one of the a JavaScript library. jQuery is a JavaScript library only. Okay, which is basically using some sort of ease of development. Okay, so this guy is providing some sort of validations. jQuery is providing certain components like calendar, right? If you use the tables, this guy is providing the sorting filter, sorting and searching options is provided by your jQuery components. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but even people are not happy with these things, especially the jQuery, the way of writing. It is again unmanageable code. I mean, the person who returns that JavaScript code in jQuery, only that person or that team can understood. If majority of the team members are left that company, then again it is very, very hard to understand. I mean, there is no certain rules or regulations or guidelines which are used in JavaScript and with help of jQuery development, right?
Okay.
So then Google is take this advantage, and they came up with a concept called AngularJS. Because jQuery is a library only, and you're not following any design patterns or guidelines. Since it is very hard to maintain when the application code becomes very huge, right? So AngularJS first time came into the market with a design pattern for the UI development also.
Okay.
In the backend development, right? When we are developing the Java code, we created the models, we created the service layer, we created the controllers, we created the DAOs,
Yeah.
right? Similarly, Angular JS from Google is came with the same concept. Why can't we use the model view controller concept in UI, right?
Okay.
Okay. So your Angular JS is again a JavaScript library only, but this guy is suggesting you to use MVC pattern in the UI side. It's just a design pattern, right? So design pattern, we really need not to very stick to only Java. Design patterns can be applied anywhere in the software development. Or of course, design patterns is basically a best practices which you can adapt across all the areas, be it software development, be it building planning, right? So everywhere.
Okay.
So Angular JS came with that concept, but initial version of Angular JS still 1.5, Angular JS 1.5, still it is a functional programming. So people are not satisfied with the functional programming language. They are trying to implement the object-oriented world in the UI side also, right?
Okay.
So then Google is providing this concept called Angular. They released Angular. Angular JS is different. Angular is different. Angular JS is JavaScript, okay, and which is a functional programming. When it comes to Angular, right, this is an object-oriented programming. Object-oriented. Okay. So I would like to adapt the object-oriented principles in UI also. Then your Angular released the initial version, that is your 2.x, Angular 2.x. The current version is, I think, Angular 9, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Angular 9 is the current version from Google. Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to refer Angular, that's it. Angular 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't really matter. So Angular is Angular, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. How we are, you see, even Java is released Java 14 version, but Java is at a high level, the root is Java only, right? Correct. So similarly, your Angular is like that. So Angular released from 2.x and the current version is Angular 9. Okay. So fine. And this is about your JavaScript evolution. And the CSS also, being a developer, being a UI developer, you can use a good amount of tools outside available in the market. Like example, Photoshop is one thing. You can use Photoshop. Your Photoshop is internally generating the cosmetics part, the CSS, coloring, everything. You can, if you design in the Photoshop, behind the scenes it will generate the corresponding CSS files.
Okay.
Or if you want to write your own CSS, that's absolutely fine. Okay.
Okay.
But it is very tedious to implement in a large scale application for each and every component, for and even wherever you possible, if you are trying to add the CSS, right? And it is not going to be uniform also. There are again challenges in CSS if you are writing your own. So even
Okay.
CSS is also, people are providing certain frameworks called Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is one of the widely used framework. Okay, this is
Yeah.
especially a CSS framework across the industry. So this is widely used. Bootstrap, I mean Bootstrap is a CSS framework which is widely used.
Okay.
Okay. So now we are going to try to look at how to, I mean, okay. And apart from that, basically your UI, right? Whenever you are trying to work on Angular, we need a software called Node.js. You can visualize Node.js like a JVM for your Java programs, right? Where your Java code is running inside JVM only. Your Java virtual machine is the responsible person to execute your Java code. similarly, if I write any piece of code in Angular, that particular piece of code is written inside your Node.js. Okay?
Yeah.
Node.js is like that basically. So Node.js is internally using a tool called npm that is called as Node Package Manager. Okay, which is very much similar to your pom.xml in Java, right? So using this pom.xml, we built our code base, right? From our source code, we are going to compile and we are generating the compressed version of it. Similarly, in the UI side, we are using a tool called npm, which is part of again Node.js, which is package your application finally, right?
Yeah.
It is going to bundle all your HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, right? Compress, and it will give you the minified version, right? Compressed version of the files will be given to you. You can
Yeah.
directly use them. Okay. So similarly, when you are adding any dependency in your project, right? In your Maven project, Spring Boot or Maven project, we are adding the dependencies, right? If you add the dependencies, I'm trying to compare. If you add a dependency in your pom.xml, it will download certain jar files, correct? Similarly, in case of Node.js, it will download node modules. Okay, this will give you a set of node modules. Okay, this is a kind of predefined libraries or the community provided libraries for you. Like example, how we are using list, right? List, set, array list, map, and we are using some sort of predefined classes and interfaces, right?
Yeah.
Which are provided by Java ultimately. Similarly, while developing the Angular code, your Node.js is also providing some certain classes and interfaces which will help you in developing your application. So those are part of your node modules, which is very much similar to Java libraries,
Okay.
which are very much similar to your Java libraries. Okay. And we are using STS, right? Spring Tool Suite.
Spring Tool Suite.
So Spring Tool Suite is an IDE. For us, STS is an IDE to develop a Java code.
Okay.
Similarly, for Angular, I'm going to use a IDE called VS Code, Visual Studio Code. This
Okay.
is an IDE which is very much similar to STS or Eclipse. For Angular code development, we are going to use this IDE called VS Code.
So I need
Okay.
to download
So
it,
these
right?
are the similarities. Yeah, correct. VS Code.
Whenever you
Why
get
I'm trying to
time,
come? Huh?
please show me which version.
Yeah, let me VS Code download. Why I'm trying to compare, you can correlate what is this concept is equivalent to in Java. You just simply type VS Code download, right? So open the first link and select your
64-bit.
Windows 64-bit. That's all.
So zip one, right? Or user installer.
Uh, User installer. Try download the user installer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a bit background about your Angular. Okay.
Okay.
So even for the Angular development, we are using, I mean, for easy generation purpose, we are using one utility called Angular CLI. This is very much similar to Spring.start.io, where we are creating the Spring applications, right? This one, Spring.io. No, not this one. Yeah, this is the one. This is very much similar to Spring.io, Spring Initializer. from where you can just give the name of the application, what is the dependencies that you want to add, things like that. If you add that, automatically one application will be created for you. Similarly, for Angular development, we are going to use this utility tool called Angular CLI.
Okay.
Okay.
Angular CLI.
Uh, Have you downloaded the Node.js?
No.
Hello?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I will download it.
Okay.
So like I told you that, right? I am just starting from beginning.
Okay.
So as soon as I get time, I will download it. Because the
So
thing
first,
is, there is so many things which I have to remember, and between
yeah, seriously.
forgot the previous thing. So I just started from the beginning.
Good. This is actually what I suggest, right? So if you can focus on the backend Java code, that will be really great for you. So try to look at Angular is just a value addition, right? Don't too much stress on Angular part while you are learning. Also, I recommend you to more focus on Angular. Sorry, the Java part.
Java part, not the Angular one.
Java and Spring. Yeah, correct. You
So
have to focus
till
on the Java
now,
part.
I need to just focus on whatever learned till now, like before today's lecture.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because your everyday work will be in Java only, right? Majority
Okay.
of the time, unless until you have a desperate interest towards learning Angular, I really recommend not to go to, even for the 4 to 5 years experience persons also, I'm not going to recommend look at Angular side. I'm really not going to recommend, right? But
Okay.
why? Because it is your UI development is pure play depends upon lot of factors. Like example, the same UI is behaving in Internet Explorer. It is behaving in a different way. Microsoft Edge, Safari, Chrome, Firefox, right? Opera
Yeah.
Mini. So these many browsers, each and every browser has its own limitations. Okay. So
Okay.
you may feel that your code is working absolutely fine with Chrome, but the same code may not work in Internet Explorer, right?
Yeah.
So where
Correct.
people are like crazy with the UI issues, right? So if you start thinking towards that lines, right, it is very tedious process.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are able to understand, I mean, once you are comfortable with Java code writing, then definitely I'm giving you the guarantee. You can write that logic. You have to focus on the logic part instead of the how beautifully you are presenting. Instead of that, you focus on the logical
Logic.
part. Correct. So if you're good with logic part in Java, giving you the guarantee, you can build the similar logic in UI also,
Okay.
right? It doesn't matter whether it is Java or .NET or C Sharp, Python, no matter what it is. Probably examples might sound better. Okay.
Yeah.
So that majority of the thing I'm trying to compare what is the same concept we are learned in Java. This form dot equivalent to this one. Node.js equal to JVM. Your node
Okay.
modules are equivalent to Java libraries. This ID is equivalent to this ID. Right? Everything. I try to compare to make you more um, uh, just to compare apple to apple. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. First, once you have downloaded the Node.js and install it, okay, first thing, install Node.js, that is the first thing. And right after that, and okay, Node.js, this will comes with NPM,
Okay.
okay. and then install Angular CLI. So how? Simply go to your command prompt. Okay. Node -v. So this will give you the Node version. I mean Node.js
Okay.
version. In my system it is 10.16.3.
Okay.
Similarly, run this command called npm-v. This will give you npm version.
Okay.
This is Node version. This is npm version. And ng-version will give you the Angular CLI version. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, ng version, that's it. If you give a command called ng version, see, Angular CLI, Angular CLI version is 8.3.12. So it is internally taking my Node.js version and everything. I mean, I have the softwares.
Okay.
Node.js,
Node.js.
Node.js with npm, and Angular CLI.
Okay.
Okay. And then right after this, I'm going to create a folder called j-angular. Okay. I created a folder in my E drive.
Okay.
Go to the command prompt. So ng new hello -angular. So ng new ng space new space name of the application. This will create a new application for you. Okay, select no and CSS. Simple.
So I need to do this thing also, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
This will create a new project for you. This is a one-time effort. Okay.
Okay.
First time it will take good amount of time because it needs to download all the node modules. Okay. Basically, your npm is very much equal to, I mean, Maven, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Your node package manager is very much equal to your Maven concept in Java. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It is created successfully.
Okay.
So there is a project called Angular, hello-angular. If you open, there is a good amount of files and everything is created. We will get to know out of all these files, only one particular file is important, that is called as package.json,
Okay.
right? So I am going inside this particular directory. Okay. I am issuing a command called ngserv. If you issue this command, it will start your application inside its internal container or a server. Yeah. So it is starting on 4200. If you try to access your 4200 localhost 4200, there you go.
Okay.
This is the code which is given for you. Okay.
Okay.
But where is this all the code? That code is your part of, go to your src, and there is a file called index.html. Of course, index.html does not contain anything. I'm opening it, nothing is there. But that particular logic is available in, go to app, go to your app.component.html, remove everything. Hello, Angular, welcome to learn. As and when you save this particular file, and if you go back and look at, see, your content was changed,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
So I mean, we just took created a sample hello world application. We have to understand how this is working behind the scenes for you. But if you don't have a IDE, then we are gone.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, there is no clue. I mean, how to start, where to start. Even if you have the adequate UI, right? Sorry, IDEs for UI, lot of time we are going to end up with different issues. Okay. So I'm just closing all these guys, and I'm using an VS Code.
Okay.
This is the one. I'm trying to open this particular project inside my VS Code.
Okay.
Yeah. Open folder, we have an option called open folder. So click on open folder. In E drive, I created a folder called J Angular. This is the folder I would like to open. This is the project, right? We created.
Yeah.
I selected that particular. Yeah, there you go. So hello Angular is my project name, correct? So if you expand this guy, we have one important file that is called as package.json. So your package.json contains all the dependencies. This is very much equal to pom.xml. Okay.
Okay.
npm is like maven, and your package.json is like your pom.xml in Java. right? I
Yeah.
issued a command called mg server, right? This is the one. So if I give a command called mg server, this will be triggered. Alright. So where we are going to, I mean, this is again a one-time effort. You really need not to touch this file. Okay. Package.json. It is in very rare case you are going to touch this particular file. Okay. How we are adding when we are adding the MySQL connector.jar or servlet, but any third-party jars, right? Or any dependency which is not available in the application, you can add that dependency.
Okay.
Right? Then only you are going to touch this particular package.json, otherwise not.
Okay.
And typically your Angular application, your Angular 2 or Angular application is started executing from your index.html. Your index.html is like a main method in Java or C++ or C. Okay.
Okay.
So your index.html is the entry point from where you are going to your Angular application will start executing.
Okay.
Okay. So if you observe body, HTML, head, all these tags are
Hello.
user-defined tags, HTML tags, right?
No, I couldn't hear it. I don't know why, but your your voice was chopped.
Oh, is it better now?
Yeah.
I think internet connection is unstable. Hello? Is it
Yeah, yeah,
okay
yeah.
now?
Yeah. So could you please explain
Oh.
whatever you said last
So
2 minutes?
if you, sure. Okay. So actually what happens, right? The entry point, I mean the starting of your Angular application is your index.html page.
HTML.
If you open your index.html, okay. So inside your index.html, we have a couple of HTML tags like HTML, head, title, correct? All these are HTML tags only,
Okay.
except this line number 11.
Okay.
This line number 11 is a user-defined tag called app-root. So your browser is trying to execute this HTML file. Okay, it is trying to print this HTML on your browser. Okay,
Okay.
when it comes to line number 11, it is not going to understand. Then it will check in the folder. Do we have any component? It will look at all the components. So we have this component. Okay. It is
Okay.
looking for app root. See, this is very much similar, right? Like example. Okay, I need to double click. Okay. See, in HTML we have app root, right?
Yeah.
Whenever your browser encounters this app root, it will check in your code. Do we have any class, right? Do we have any class whose selector value is app root, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It was checked and it will identify, okay, there is a class whose selector is app root. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever it looks at this particular selector called app root, there is an option called the template URL. This template URL is telling whenever you look at app root tag in any HTML page, you display the content inside this HTML page. What is this HTML page? This is the HTML page.
Okay.
See, app.component.html.
Okay.
So this is how the circle is going from index.html. Index.html, it will identify a custom tag called app root. It will look at your code base on any class. Does this selector has app root? If yes, it will try to look at the template URL. The corresponding HTML page will be displayed.
Okay.
If you change here something like h3 tag, test by Akbar. As and when you say is automatically deployed, your UI will be correct like this. So suppose example, this is pure play UI, right? This is a pure play UI. I mean HTML.
Yeah.
And actually, I am going to supply the data to this HTML from its component. I mean, your Angular JS is completely tightly coupled. One HTML page and one HTML, each and every HTML page has its own component. Like example, what does it mean? I have app.component.html. Similarly, I have app.component.ts. As I mentioned, right?
Yeah.
If you look at a UI fragment is the combination of HTML and JavaScript and CSS. Correct? This is what exactly meaning. CSS, HTML, and TS. TS stands for TypeScript. Okay. So, and one more thing. Suppose example, meaning your component is providing the data to your HTML. What does it mean? There is one more H3 tag. See, title. You are getting Angular. Hello, Angular. The title is coming from where? From your component. See?
Okay.
Hello, Angular. Suppose example, I can create my own. Developer. You really need to specify the data type. String, integer, no nothing. Jay Patel. So this is what my component. My component is supplying the information to my HTML page. Like example. Okay. If you give the control space, see, it is getting the properties which are there in your component only. Right? See, the developer is part of your component, right?
Yeah.
So this is a HTML. It will understand, oh, my name is app.component.html. It means for me, there is a component associated with me. Ideally, I'm going to get the data from that guy. So if you give the control space, it will give you all the properties. Give the developer. If you save it, see, using the difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to, I mean, your Angular application, how I mean, how we are developing a Java application, right? It is a combination of multiple classes, correct, or multiple objects working together to make a project to work.
Okay.
Similarly, in Angular also, it is a collection of various components. Okay, it
Okay.
is a combination of various components. Your Angular application is nothing but it is a group of components, which is basically used to develop a single page applications. The primary design goal of your Angular is to develop a single page application.
Okay.
Okay, remember that. Okay. So single page application means, is it okay to continue or you want me to continue tomorrow?
Uh, whatever is fine. Like actually, if you don't mind, can you please continue tomorrow?
Yeah. That's fine, no problem. Because I totally understand the UI part is not that much easy to understand. I can teach, but it purely depends upon the knowledge what you have earlier. So based on that, I can take you through that.